So the waste accounts for about 8% globally from the inventory carrying volumes that these sectors carry on a global level. And it absolutely hits the bottom line as well as it hits the planet, if you allow me to say so. So not only it does put a lot of pressure on the bottom line, but it also creates this element of waste, which typically ends up in landfill or other types of environmental impacts, which are obviously very detrimental to the planet and obviously to the businesses by obviously having significant reduction in profits.
So what's the problem? Where is this waste coming from?
Well, it's a great question. The Missing Billions report that we've just put out has actually listed two main factors for the waste, which again accounts for about 8% of the total inventory. In one way is what we call this element of overproduction. And the overproduction occurs because businesses do not have a very good handle about the full visibility of the supply chain. And it's extremely hard to know, due to the uncertainty that's out there, exactly the balance between demand and supply. Therefore, businesses produce more than what effectively they need, and that ends up in overproduction. The other lens is this element of perishability, and this is particularly true for the food sector as well as to the beauty sector to a slightly lesser extent.
Why aren't businesses doing more to be sustainable?
We actually see that about 9 in 10 businesses that we've interviewed, and we've interviewed more than 300 business leaders across the world, actually say that sustainability is key for them. However, they're not investing as much as probably we would all have hoped for. About 5% of the technology budgets actually go into sustainability or visibility of the supply chain. So I think the lens is that the data that is available on supply chain is very inaccurate. And that's where we believe, the good news is we believe there is a solution for that. And that solution comes through the use of what we call these elements of digital identity. So if you can attribute a unique digital identity to every item, the accuracy of that information along the supply chain provides unprecedented visibility for businesses, which allows in turn businesses to have a very clear handle on what are they doing and where are they doing it, and therefore being able to allow businesses to take action and significantly reduce the waste that happens globally.
So businesses saying that the sustainability is key, but what about consumers? How important is sustainability for them to know that the products they're buying come from a sustainable source?
What I think consumers are telling us through the research is that it is extremely important to create more sustainable supply chains, products that last longer. You therefore have to waste less. Obviously, for the consumer, there's also a saving from a cost standpoint. I buy less things. And that is an extremely, a very interesting factor where people are not saying they need more sustainable products, but they're inherently saying, I need products that have characteristics that will create a more sustainable end-to-end supply chain.